at comparing apples to oranges. What Clark has done is unbelievable.
Kim Mulkey is not a woman who showers compliments on her athletes often, but when she talks about Caitlin Clark, she calls her a generational talent, someone who is redefining everything we know about women's basketball. Think about the ability to not only beat records, but to rise a whole team, a whole league. Caitlin Clark is the name on everyone's lips in the world of women's basketball, and there is a good reason for that. In fact, the legendary coach Kim Mulkey recently described Clark as a generational talent, accentuating how special Clark is for the game. This is saying a lot, especially from someone like Mulkey, who has been in the game and has been able to witness so many great players come through during her coaching career. But what sets Clark apart from other star players and makes her a player who is defining a new era for women's basketball? One can not only talk about the individual output of Caitlin Clark, which is fairly outstanding, but also about her capacity to make others and the overall game better. One can always tell when a player is good at scoring points. However, Clark is something different. She is the type of athlete that raises the performance of other team members to new heights. This is a special quality, and it can be said that this is what it means to be a great player, which is not common to see. In basketball especially, it is said that the team that has the best chemistry is the one that wins, because the players have to complement each other. It is Clark that helps to bring that chemistry out of the team, with her passing and vision freeing her teammates in ways they had not been before. Whether it is a pass at the right moment, or a play that would create an opening for the other teammates, she is a player who knows that winning is not. Kim Mulkey knows a thing or two about what makes a player great, and when she calls someone a generational talent, then it is something we should take note of. It is through Mulkey's decision to give Clark some playing time that Caitlin is proving that she is not only affecting her team, but the whole WNBA. Talent is not scarce, but skills that can turn the tide of games and make sure that the rest of the team gets the spotlight are not common. Clark is an altruist, and at the same time very professional, and this is what makes her exceptional. Even though she has affected the team's dynamics, Caitlin Clark is also playing a role in the change in the number of WNBA viewers. This is an increase that has been seen since her debut, and the number of spectators that watch the games has been on the rise. She has attracted a lot of attention towards the league, something that the WNBA has been desiring to have. It's not a secret that with Clark entering the court, more and more people attend the WNBA games, and the TV viewership rises. It's exciting to see such events happening, and Clark is presenting it in the most grandiose manner. She plays with a lot of deep three-pointers, great passes, and has a lot of self-assurance, which makes spectators watch her play, something which has been both attractive to the people who have been watching women's basketball for a long time, as well as those who are new to it. As a matter of fact, the WNBA has always featured some of the most skilled players, but a player such as Caitlin Clark has the potential of taking the league to the next level. It has been said that one person can bring change to the dynamics of a particular sport, and that is what is happening with Clark. She has become one of the biggest faces for the WNBA and women's basketball at a time in which the league and the sport itself are seeking to expand, and the impact that she has been having is causing more people to talk about the visibility and possibilities of the sport. Apart from increasing viewership and the fans' interest, Clark has been breaking records. She is a newcomer, and in no time at all, she is already making history and milestones that some thinkers could only dream of attaining in several years. This is evident in the scores, the number of assists, and not forgetting leadership on the court. Clark is really making people sit up and take notice in the basketball world. She is not only good for a beginner, but she is doing what many veterans fail to do. The achievements seen in this league are now setting the bar for what first-year players in the WNBA can achieve, and it is only encouraging future generations of athletes to strive to do even greater things. A very interesting aspect of Clark's power has been her effect on the Indiana Fever. The Fever, a team that has not been doing well, especially in the recent years, has been boosted by Clark's joining the team. It is hard to find one person who can change the whole destiny of the team, but Clark has done it. The team's performance has been enhanced greatly, and despite the fact that basketball is a team game, it can be seen that her presence has greatly influenced the improvement of the team. Her leadership, her energy, and the fact that she steps up during the pressure has brought a new life to a team that needed stated it. Clark's influence is not only measured in victories and defeats, although the Fever has been more successful since she arrived. It is about the change of culture within the team, and she has changed the attitude and the goal within the team. Team members are having increased their confidence because they know that they have a leader like Clark to follow. That is why she is such a great leader, because she can come into a workplace and within no time win the hearts of her colleagues. That kind of leadership is priceless in any sport, and this is one of the reasons that make Clark a game changer. This is where Caitlin Clark's story becomes most interesting. She has yet to reach the peak of her career. She is already in the process of changing the course of the women's basketball, and it is possible that we are only at the beginning of a great career. Kim Mulkey was quick to clarify that it is not just about who has the most gifted players in the league, it's about raising the bar. Clark is proving that it is not necessary to be a great basketball player to win games and set records. What really matters is the ability to motivate your team and your fans, as well as future generations of athletes. She is paving way for the next generation of women's basketball that is based on cooperation, management, and the development of the game. Caitlin Clark is one player that will help lead women's basketball to new heights as the game becomes even more popular. She is encouraging the young players to practice their shooting and passing, but at the same time, she is challenging them to think how they can raise their teams and the sport. It is this attitude, this ambition to make others around her succeed as well as herself that will keep on nurturing Clark's name, even after her years on the field. Kim Mulkey falling over herself to heap praise on Caitlin Clark as one of the great talents of her generation isn't just hyperbole, it's a statement on the future of women's basketball. Clark is redesigning the world of the game that we have known and opening the eyes of many people who now believe that they can also do it. Whether it is through her playmaking, her leadership, or her ability to give voice to the WNBA, Caitlin Clark is the future of women's basketball. This way, as she keeps developing, will the basketball, which will rise higher and higher. This can best be seen through Clark's influence, which is a true reflection of her effect. It is not just that she's not just changing the game for herself, she is rewriting it for the people around her. Clark has left an indelible mark on the WNBA. It is not only that she is setting new records, she is changing the whole dynamics of the game. Her passing accuracy and the ruthless attitude towards the team are making the Fever a force to reckon with, but her influence does not end here in Indiana. She is the new norm for rookies, proving that they can make a difference from the first day. Clark is playing a kind of soccer that is creating new generation of players who appreciate teamwork and facilitation. We are now seeing the future of women's basketball, where real superstars raise the profile of the game, not only by the things they accomplish, although by lifting up everyone around them. That is the legacy Caitlin Clark is creating in the WNBA. Caitlin Clark isn't just a player, she is a generational player, and that's what Kim Mulkey said. She is breaking barriers, raising her fellow players, and changing the course of the entire WNBA. The manner in which she approaches the game, the manner in which she rules the court, it has nothing to do with individual performances. It is about rewriting the rules of the game for each one of us. This is just the tip of the iceberg. There is so much more that can be said. Clark is now at the helm of a new generation of women's basketball and is encouraging young players to think bigger, play better, and embrace teamwork. If this is what she is doing now, then I can just imagine how much further she is going to push the game. As always, thank you for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to be in the loop for more on Caitlin Clark and the changes she is bringing to basketball.